All right, Darius Slay has drawn his line in the sand, at least for right now. He's saying that he won't be attending mandatory minicamp that starts Tuesday. It's a 3-day mandatory minicamp for the Detroit Lions. As we all know, sounds like he's holding out for a new contract. He has 2 years left on his contract, one at 12.5 and the other at 10. He's 28 years old, so he had a critical point where he may be getting his last big payday. But let's talk about it. Motor City Sports Talk, we in the building. Appreciate the love, support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos, man. And he was on live with Don Butler, former Lion, I think 2015, and then maybe 2016 Detroit Lion. Don't really remember him. And he had Darius Slay on, and he basically said that he ain't showing up to mandatory minicamp. Didn't really say why. But he was asked, was he in Brunswick, Georgia? Georgia. That's where Tracy Walker and him and Justin Coleman are from. And he says that, no, I'm in Detroit. He says that he ain't attending the minicamp. And if this drags out to training camp, either the Lions going to have to pay him or trade him. Him and Snacks Harrison as well, too. They got the cap room to probably pay one of them right now. Probably both of them. But that's two of their best defensive players. You know, Darius Slay, we ain't drafted a really good defensive back. We ain't had a really good defensive back. Go back to Alex Carter, Aaron Berry, Bill Bentley. I mean, so many different guys we done had that haven't panned out. We done had, second-rate corners come in, Nevin Lawson, DJ Hayden, and I think they're playing with fire here. They want to get rid of Darius Slay. Either pay him and get rid of him or, incentive, boost his contract up with some incentives. I don't know what they got to do, but they not in a position not to do this. If they don't want to pay Darius Slay and they move him and then they ain't paying Calvin Johnson a freaking $1 million, it's just a bad look for the organization, man. People already don't want to be part of this fake Patriot way they got going on. And maybe this is Darius Slay way of trying to get out of Detroit or trying to get him to pay him. Him and Snacks trying to get paid. I don't know if Snacks going to show up tomorrow. It's not. But Darius Slay not showing up. So I always support the player in this situation. Football, not for long. That's what the NFL stand for. So I'm going to support him. Hopefully get his money. If not, he may have to get it elsewhere. But he in the contract for 2 more years. It's funny how they can probably cut him and not owe him another fucking dime. But all of a sudden he obligated to show up for 2 more years for 12.5 and $10 million. So at the end of the day, it feel like he signed that deal just yesterday, like last week or some shit like that. But he said he ain't showing up. So he here. So maybe he hoping, maybe he thought about showing up. Maybe his agent say don't show up. So, the real time is when we get to July and we ain't that far away in training camp kickoff. So, and think about it now, if the Lions are going to cave in and give him a deal, it's best to give him a deal now. He's the 13th highest paid cornerback, All-Pro in 2017, Pro Bowler this year. And the reason I say it's best to pay him now because if you wait to pay him, he go out there and he ain't been engaging in war in practice and hardening his body up and getting used to the contact. Soft tissue muscles come into play, torn ACL, hamstring issues, Achilles issues, all types of issues that can come in. You can't really simulate a workout, with a padded workout, even though the off-season workout's not that brutal no more. But if they gonna pay him now. If they gonna not pay him at the end of the day, he gonna have to show up day one for 2 more years. Either he gonna ride the pine for 2 years and lose money for 2 years, or it is what it is. Same thing with Snack. These dudes with two years left, so they don't have too many options unless they ask the Lions to trade him. Pay me or trade me, or I ain't playing. But you really gonna sit out for 2 years? But the Lions need both of them. They premier defender, 2 best defenders on the defense. Best defender in the DB room, Darius Slay. Best defender on the front line. Until we see Trey Flowers pad up. So at the end of the day, he said he ain't showing up. I ain't mad at him. I always support the player in the NFL to get their bread, man. It's unfortunate if they don't handle this with swift and handle it with class. But hopefully ain't in a position where they don't pay him and he don't play. Or we trade him and then we get a draft pick and now we messed up at the cornerback position. He knows his leverage. The Lions need him. Snacks, the Lions need him. So, maybe hopefully they incentive-based contract will give him a couple million more. Hopefully you get a new contract. So we'll see how it go down. Link the article in the description. Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, response, video request. Keep sharing the videos one time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We go.